Mostly when I talked about me being raped. It was for people who would pay attention to their children.
Tisha Campbell just shook Hollywood again. And this time, people are saying Duane Martin may have lost everything because of it. What started as whispers online suddenly turned into full-blown chaos after rumors exploded that Duane's engagement had quietly fallen apart. And according to fans, the timing was no coincidence. Tisha had recently opened up about painful secrets from their marriage, and now people are wondering if those revelations destroyed Duane's new relationship before it could even reach the altar. But here's the crazy part. Nobody expected things to unravel this fast.
Tisha, this past Sunday, you were featured on TV1's Uncensored series where you were raw, honest, and real.
Martin called me the day after I separated I felt, completely exposed.
For years, Tisha Campbell and Duane Martin looked like one of Hollywood's strongest couples. They were together for over 2 decades, built a family together, and survived the kind of pressure that usually destroys celebrity marriages in just a few years.
We're winging it, just like everybody.
Jokes, lots of jokes, lot of jokes.
Laughing at one another.
From the outside, they looked happy. They attended red carpets together, smiled for cameras, and presented themselves as a united front. But behind closed doors, things were allegedly very different. Their relationship slowly became surrounded by rumors, financial problems, accusations, and emotional tension. Fans first noticed cracks in the marriage when reports surfaced about their bankruptcy issues back in 2016. Suddenly, headlines were everywhere. Millions of dollars in debt, lawsuits, financial stress. And according to Tisha, that stress was tearing their marriage apart.
To be quite honest, then he became friends with Duane Martin, which used to be one of my friends on All of Us. And when I introduced them, that was one of the worst things I ever did.
Then came the divorce. When Tisha officially filed to end the marriage in 2018, fans were stunned. Nobody expected a relationship that lasted more than 20 years to collapse so publicly. But the divorce quickly turned ugly. There were accusations about hidden money, emotional pain, toxic behavior, and legal drama involving restraining orders and custody issues. And that's when the internet really started paying attention.
Light liquor, because then Duane won't see how much you drinking during the night. He thinks it's water.
Really?
Because after years of staying relatively quiet, Tisha slowly began speaking more openly about what she claims she experienced during the marriage. She talked about emotional struggles. She hinted at betrayal. She described feeling trapped, exhausted, and finally relieved once the relationship ended. At first, many people thought it was just another messy Hollywood divorce. But then the rumors got darker, much darker. Stories began circulating online about Duane's private life. Social media exploded with speculation about his friendships, his behavior behind the scenes, and allegations involving other celebrities. Tisha never fully confirmed every rumor people discussed online, but her comments added fuel to a fire that was already burning out of control. And that's where everything changed. Because just when Duane appeared ready to move on with a new woman, the past came crashing back harder than ever. According to online chatter, Duane had reportedly gotten serious with a younger woman many fans compared to Tisha. People immediately began criticizing the relationship. Some accused him of trying to recreate his ex-wife. Others believed the relationship was moving too fast. But despite the backlash, the couple seemed determined to move forward together. Until suddenly, everything went quiet. No wedding updates, no public appearances, no excitement. Just silence. And fans instantly connected the dots. Around the same time, clips of Tisha discussing her past relationship started resurfacing online again. Old interviews began trending. Social media pages reposted clips about alleged cheating, manipulation, and emotional pain. TikTok creators dissected every word she had ever said about Duane. YouTube bloggers jumped into the drama. Suddenly, people weren't talking about Duane's engagement anymore. They were talking about his secrets. But here's the twist. The internet didn't just blame Tisha for exposing him. Many people actually sided with her. Fans began revisiting old interviews where Tisha described finally feeling free after the divorce. In one emotional conversation, she admitted that leaving the marriage changed her entire life. She explained how she spent years taking care of everyone else while losing herself in the process. And honestly, that hit people hard. Because beneath all the celebrity gossip was a woman talking about survival, a woman trying to rebuild herself after years of emotional exhaustion. That's why so many fans connected with her story. Meanwhile, Duane stayed mostly silent. And for many people online, that silence only made the rumors louder. Then another shocking detail resurfaced. Reports connected to old allegations involving other celebrities, including whispers about inappropriate behavior, secret lifestyles, and behind-the-scenes manipulation. Some stories even dragged famous Hollywood friendships into the mess. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion. Was Tisha finally exposing the truth? Or was the internet simply turning old rumors into a new scandal? Nobody knew for sure, but one thing was obvious. Duane's image was taking a major hit. And according to online speculation, his relationship couldn't survive the pressure. Imagine being engaged while the internet constantly compares you to your fiancé's ex-wife. Imagine waking up every day to viral videos discussing secret affairs, betrayal rumors, and painful accusations connected to the man you're planning to marry. That kind of pressure can destroy any relationship, celebrity or not. And that's exactly what many fans believe happened. What nobody expected was how emotional Tisha herself became while reflecting on her past. In several interviews, she spoke about rediscovering her identity after the divorce. She described learning how strong she truly was. She talked about motherhood, healing, and rebuilding her confidence from scratch. At one point, she even admitted she felt happier than she had in years. That statement alone shocked many fans. Because when someone says they found peace only after leaving a marriage, people start wondering how painful that marriage really was behind closed doors. And the deeper fans looked into the situation, the more complicated everything became. There were old stories involving financial disputes, claims about hidden assets, rumors about emotional manipulation, stories from insiders, tension involving friends and celebrity circles. Even old interviews with other actresses resurfaced and reignited conversations about Duane's behavior over the years. Suddenly, this wasn't just celebrity gossip anymore. It became a giant public re-examination of a marriage that had already ended years ago. And through it all, Tisha kept focusing on one thing: healing. That's what really changed public opinion. She wasn't online screaming every day. She wasn't constantly attacking Duane directly. Instead, she talked about growth, about freedom, about finally understanding her worth again. And strangely enough, that made her accusations feel even more powerful to fans watching from the outside. But here's where the story gets even messier. Some fans believe the internet unfairly turned Duane into a villain without concrete proof of many rumors being discussed online. Others argue that Tisha's emotional honesty speaks volumes, even if she never confirms every allegation directly. And that divide created massive debate online. Some people defended Duane completely. They argued that every divorce has two sides. They pointed out that celebrities often become targets of exaggerated gossip. Others insisted that where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Meanwhile, people close to the situation allegedly became uncomfortable with the nonstop attention. Friends were reportedly being questioned, old clips kept resurfacing, every social media post turned into a battlefield in the comment section. And that's when everything truly spiraled. Rumors started spreading that the engagement itself had quietly collapsed under the weight of all the drama. While nobody publicly confirmed every detail,